Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Flames were visible coming from the side of the three-story home in the 700 block of Conley Street when police and fire units arrived just before 1 a.m. Monday. As firefighters began an interior attack on the fire, it was quickly apparent that more help would be needed, and Hopkins County Fire Department was called to the scene along with all full-time and part-time Silver Springs firefighters to help with the fire on the top two floors of the home. It took firemen some 3 hours to contain the blaze and begin recovery efforts. The local American Red Cross chapter was called to assist the family in finding lodging following the fire. Jay Sanders, Director of Public Safety, said that following investigation by fire investigator Aaron Kager, the fire was determined to be accidental. As the season of giving approaches, the Silver Springs Lions are making plans for a bigger and brighter Christmas light parade. The 11th annual Silver Springs Lions Club Lighted Christmas Parade, presented by Carriage House Manor, will be held downtown Silver Springs on the evening of December 7th at 7 p.m. As the city lights go out, the parade entries, which are required to be lit up with working Christmas lights, will bring Christmas cheer to those lining the parade route, according to the Lions Club. This year, the Lions will continue their partnership with the Hopkins County Law Enforcement Association and the Silver Springs Law Enforcement Association to collect toys for the Blue Santa program. Blue Santa collects and distributes toys to the needy children in Hopkins County. The Help Blue Santa Build His Float project is an effort to collect toys to kick off the annual Blue Santa Toy Drive. The Hopkins County Law Enforcement Association will have an empty truck in front of the county courthouse and will enter an empty trailer into the parade. The community is encouraged to bring a toy or a financial gift to the parade to donate to the Blue Santa program. Donations can be made either on the truck in front of the courthouse, or they will be picked up along the parade route and placed on the empty trailer. Entry forms for the Lighted Christmas Parade can be picked up at any sponsor location or at the Hopkins County Chamber of Commerce. The deadline to enter the parade is Tuesday, December 4th. Here's Don Julian with sports.
The Wildcats football team had their season end last Thursday in a by-district loss to Frisco, 41-14. And Wildcats football coach Greg Owens commented on the loss.
Kind of left a bad taste in our mouth, I guess, a little bit, and well, quite a bit, to be honest with you. But we just didn't play up to par. It's kind of like we'd finished the season a little bit, and I felt like defensively we got after it. Kids played hard. I felt like played hard on both sides of the ball. Again, our offensive woes just kind of caught up to us, and I think we had a 17-play drive, a 13-play drive, but just could not get clicking again. Just could not make plays when we needed to make plays, and so that was really kind of disappointing, to do that. And with a team like those guys and running the wing tee, I thought our defense did a great job. You said, well, golly, they gave up 41. Well, so some of that is you got to score some points. We've always been around here. You got to score points, and it kind of energizes the whole team, and it kind of both sides of the football really feed off of that. So once we let Frisco, we played in their game plan, start grinding it down on us, it just kind of wears our guys down. And it seemed like as the game went on, their running backs just kept running stronger and started running through some arm tackles and those kind of things. So, it all just kind of balances out a little bit there, and both sides. But our offense, had to pick it up. We didn't quite get it in the end zone like we needed to, put points on the board, and that was really frustrating for us to get that. So, but it is what it is, and you move forward, and I'm proud of our kids, the way they fought. It was a beautiful facility they got to play in. We'd like to be playing South Oak Cliff this week, but don't have that opportunity. But, it's just one of those deals.
Now, this, I think, is our 13th season together with you coaching the Wildcats and me at KSST. So I've kind of developed a feel sometime for the way you're thinking, I believe anyway. But, like on onside kicks, when you begin to onside kick, it's usually because you don't want to give that ball back to that offense. And I kind of felt the same way on 3rd down and 1 from your own 29 in the third quarter. Yeah. They're up 20-7, but you saw something. They're beginning to roll or something.
Well, every time they got the ball, they're rolling off 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, you stopped them. I mean, just the nature of their offense. It was kind of they weren't a hurry-up offense, but they did rush to the line of scrimmage. They'd wait till 10 seconds to get the play in, then they turn and run the line of scrimmage and run the play, and then they're going to milk it down. So, I mean, you're running at that point in time. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things. There's sometimes we kick onside kicks for a surprise element or to go for the dagger, and there's other times there's almost a desperation. And I felt like we were getting to that point right there. Hey, we got to steal a possession here somehow, and we got to keep this thing going. So, that kind of deal. So we roll the dice, we go for it, and they stone us. I mean, bottom line is they just killed us and beat us inside, and it's just one of those things. It was hard to overcome. But I kind of felt like our defense was really tired and getting worn down, and I didn't know if we had it in us to get another good stop, and the energy didn't seem to be there. So that was one of those things. You roll the dice, say, here we go. If you get it, that's great. Let's go. We got another 3 downs. If not, yeah, you probably have just sealed the game probably, and that's kind of what happened with us.
Yeah.
And they continue to roll it up.
By the way, Coach Owens talks about his 32 seniors on Channel 18 and KSST Radio's Saturday Morning Coaches Show coming up this Saturday at 9 a.m. The Lady Cats basketball team won their season opener at home over Paris 37-26 in Wildcats Gym Saturday. The game marked the Sulphur Springs coaching debut for Lady Cats basketball coach Brittany Tisdale and the return to Wildcats Gym by former Lady Cats basketball coach Jeff Chapman, now the Paris girls basketball coach. After the game, I talked with Coach Tisdale.
It was a good game. It was closer than what I liked, but I mean, Paris really showed up. They looked really good. So they gave us a really good game. They really did. It was one of the best I've ever seen Paris look. So they really showed up and gave us a really great game. So it was very impressive out of Paris.
They were playing their second game, you were playing their first, and that makes some difference, doesn't it?
It does, especially since even our first scrimmage, it was we could stop the game, come on the court, do what we want. We were stopping, and so our scrimmage wasn't even like a scrimmage. It was very controlled scrimmage. So it is a difference maker. That was our first game. That was the first time really seeing another opponent in a live game and seeing how we're going to flow and subs and foul trouble if we're going to get in. So it was their first time, and I thought they did a good job coming out with nerves, and we had a pretty good crowd. So they did a good job controlling themselves. We had some turnovers that could have been avoided, aren't our normal turnovers, and we were rushing some shots and stuff that's not our normal game, but they were just their adrenaline was pumping, and it was their first game. So things that we can fix and correct that won't happen so much as we play more, but
Right.
They made some of those little mistakes just because it was their first one.
Autumn Tanton had 14. She was the leading scorer for her.
And she earned every bit of those 14. They were wearing her out, and they were hammering her, and she wasn't getting much called for her. So she earned every bit of those 14 points because she was working. She didn't come out. I made her play all 4 quarters, every bit of it. So she was wore out, and she was getting worn out down there. I mean, they were letting her get fouled pretty good, and so she was taking it, and she did a great job today.
Yeah, you had 5 3-pointers from everybody, from 4 different players, though, and that's nice that you can't just concentrate on one person. You've got a lot of them outside shooters there.
Yes, we moved the ball well, got some good shots. As we started calming down, we moved the ball pretty well and got some good looks. And Aaliyah coming off the bench, and she made a big-time 3 for us, and I was proud of her because I knew coming off the bench there's a lot of nerves in that, taking that first shot. So she busted one that was a game changer. It got some momentum going for us, and it was a great job. Danny busted one in the corner, Sadavia T. So we did a great job moving the ball and taking shots that were well thought out shots, not just shots where you're going, what are you doing? I mean, they were good shots to take, and they looked good. So it was good shot selection on those 5 that we made. So proud.
Is it special to pick up a win with Jeff Chapman coming in? Get this over with, right?
A win's a win for me. I know for those girls it means a lot more. So I am happy for them and proud of them. I coached at Paris, so for those girls, they wanted it against me, but and I know they did. But for my girls, I know it made it a lot more sweeter. For me, it's just another game, and a win's a win. But I know for them it was a big deal, so I am very happy for them.
All right. Liberty Ilo will be next. That'll be a Monday afternoon game. What do you know much about them? Or?
They're a different team from when I was at Paris. They've graduated a lot, and so they've changed some stuff. So we're going to, do what we can, get some film on them, but not much since it's so early on in the year. But they are quite different. I know they're always athletic, so they'll be fast. And I think they'll be very similar to Paris. I think it'll be a very similar game to this one today.
It's probably like a tournament game where you just get a team and you kind of have to coach on the fly and make adjustments on the fly. So early in the season.
Yes, it will be very similar to that. Maybe get to see them one time, just like in a tournament. I may get to see them play before our game, and then I can know what we're working with. But it will be just like that. We'll kind of get a look at them, but not a lot. They haven't played a lot. They did play Texas High last night, so. Yeah, so we'll look at them a little bit, and then we'll go from there.
The Saltillo Lady Lions finished fourth in their Saltillo Varsity Girls Tournament held last Thursday through Saturday in Saltillo. The Lady Lions lost 2 games Saturday to tough competition in the gold bracket of the tournament. The Lady Lions dropped a game to Dodge City 42-29 and then lost in the bracket consolation final to Quinlan Ford 51-30. Against Dodge City, Jocelyn Ochoa led the Lady Lions with 7 points. Chandler Bain, Lorena Castro, and Anna Reeder all had 6 points. Brittany Peoples scored 3 points, and Maddie Smith had 2 points. Against Quinlan Ford, Maddie Smith was the points leader for the Lady Lions with 11. Lorena Castro scored 6. Christy Marquez, Jocelyn Ochoa, and Anna Reeder all had 3 points. Paisley Kastner and Brittany Peoples had 2 points each. The Lady Lions won 3 games out of 4 in pool play on Thursday and Friday to qualify for that gold bracket. They defeated Chisholm, Chess, and McLeod, and their only loss came to Bullard. Bullard, by the way, won the tournament, topping Dodge City in overtime 55-49 on Saturday. Lady Lions are now 4-5 for the season, and they are hosting Celeste at home on Monday. Meanwhile, the Saltillo Lions basketball team evened their season record to 1-1 with a 53-36 win over Queen City on Friday. The Lions roared out to an 18-5 first quarter lead and never trailed. Chris Bokhorst led the Lions with 27 points. Ben Moore had 10 points. Matthew Gurley 7 points. Eddie Oleo had 4 points. Dylan Beadle and Levi Hoover each scored 2 points. The Saltillo Lions JV lost to Queen City 41-15. The Lions will play Liberty Ilo at home on Monday evening.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.